All right. This is my second version of my X7 Super mid bike. It was a two-stroke 49cc. The first one was, I'd say, a lot better, only because it had a better rear shock linkage setup. Still in the process of working on it. I mean, I just threw it together real quick. The only difference with this one is I put an X18 rear swing arm on it, so I can mount 10-inch wheels on it, so I can put racing slicks. Because I do plan to get it out there on the track, you know, just to have fun with it. Right now I got the X6 front wheel on there. I'm going to put an X18 front wheel on there so I can put my front slick on. But a lot of the parts are off of my first X7 that I took apart. This is this exhaust, as a matter of fact, is from the first X7 that I cut, chopped, and re-welded. Had it pretty much the same way, using X18 foot pegs and stuff. The only thing I did different with this one is, this is still the same motor from out the first one, and I had that bike for a long time. I took it apart and started cutting the chassis up to use parts for my X18 to modify things, but this motor is about over 9 years old. Right now I made a custom steel intake that I welded up so I can use a 4-stroke carb from like one of the 4-stroke mid bikes or mini quad, or the kids quads or whatever. But this is a 17 millimeter carb. It's a taper board carb. I didn't measure the opening, but I know at the barrel it's 17 millimeter. I measured it. So I made this intake to run this carb on there. I didn't do any modifications to the motor or any real tuning to the carb. Which down the road I got to give Cam 2 a shout out, because he gave me some good logistics and technical advice on what to do if the carb just don't work right for me. So I'll take up his advice, and plus on some porting and mod work. So got to thank him for that, because I very rarely, actually I never really did anything to these motors. We always ran them stock and raced them like that. And yeah, I'm building this for road course racing, not drag racing. So, but anyway, let me fire it up real quick. I usually jump start it. I gave away my pull starter thinking I'd never use the bike again or want to build one again, but let me fire it up. Idle's pretty good, not too bad, not too bad. Still working process here, but it does sound all right. Still getting a lot of clutch chatter and things like that, but he revs up pretty quick. That's what I really like about it. And I was surprised. I just keep bolting the carburetor on, and picked up a few RPMs with it. It could rev up higher than that, but fortunately the back wheel is so out of balance that it caused the bike to vibrate, and it wants to shake itself off the stands that I got it on. So I don't want it to fall over and take off, but this is what she is so far. I think I might spend a little time into it. Like I said, I got a spare motor that I'm going to build and modify and slap in here, but for right now, I'm running stock. Running low on fuel now. Got to mount up a tank in there. I'm making new brackets and mount this tank. I use the tank on my X18 over there. So it's the only spare tank I had. But anyway, thank you, and